Having a strong core not only helps us look good, but it protects us from injury and it keeps us doing all the things that are important to us. So let's strengthen that core with this 15-minute routine. All you need is a mat.
Okay, so we're going to start in a seated position. Go ahead and lift up through the chest, pull your abdominals in, and then let go. So we're going to lift one leg and then the other leg. Now, of course, if you need to hang on to those legs, or if you would like to straighten the legs a little bit more, you can do that. If this bothers your back for any reason, pull the abs in tighter. And of course, you can hang on to the leg or keep that leg straight. We're going to be doing each movement for about 45 to 50 seconds with a little break in between. Remember, you could be here. The key is to keep those abs engaged throughout the movement. We're going to be going down onto our back here in about 10 seconds. And come down. All right. So bring yourself down. And we're going to do a little rope climb. So we're going to pretend to climb a rope as we sit up. Now you can do this in a crunch, okay, and then come down. Or you can do a sit-up. So 1, 2, 3, and then slide down. Okay, slide down that rope. So I want you to focus today, or at least during this routine, on gratitude, right? I mean, life is ups and downs, right? Peaks and valleys, joy, despair, things happen. Life is yin and yang balance, right? But sometimes it can feel really daunting during those times to find something to be grateful for. I know, I've been there. But if you really focus on the positives in your life, I know that sounds easier said than done sometimes when one thing after another is happening. Go ahead and lay on your back. Take the arms out, bend those knees, and we're going to do a windshield wiper. So this is a good way to loosen up through the low back if you're feeling tight. So one thing to do when you're feeling like especially if you're going through a really difficult time in your life, is to take some time to focus not only on all the things that are not going well, but what is going well. Positives you have in your life. For me personally, when I have struggled in the past, it might be something as simple as I have a home. I have a car that gets me where I need to be. I have people in my life that I love that love me back. Sometimes it comes down to searching for those things and hanging on to those. Good, bring it center. All right, so this one, of course, you can do a sit-up or a crunch. We're going to come up, and then we're going to turn and slowly go down on a twist. All right, so bring yourself up, slowly turn, come down, go the other way. So you're going to come up into your sit-up, turn, and go down. So if you're doing a crunch, pull your abs in, chin off your chest, turn, and come down. So what I like to do and what I've started doing within the last few years is a journal. I'm big on journaling. I know for some people they're like, bleh, journal, but no, really. Darkest times of my life, I journaled. I just got my thoughts out because sometimes that spiral in our head, it keeps us just drowning in those negative thoughts, that darkness. And sometimes just getting that out and focusing on the times in our life that brought us happiness. Just remembering little moments of happiness in our lives that we even got to have those. Okay, so you can do a straight leg or a bent leg, depending on your hamstring flexibility. So you're going to have one leg down, one leg up. You're going to turn, and then you're going to switch. So one thing I love about journaling is that I can, even if they are seemingly small things, they can help to focus on those positives in our life, like the people that love me, that I care about, that care about my well-being, moments with my children, being able to move my body, without pain, because I have had pain in the past. Having a roof over my head. Doing work where I get to help other people feel better. That's a big one. Doing something that helps us feel fulfilled, and sometimes that takes a while to figure that out. Okay, bring it center. You're doing a great job. Okay, so our hands are down by our hips, knees can be bent, and we're gonna do a reverse curl, turning those hips, bringing it down and going the other way. All right, so turn, it's a little hip swivel, turn. So turn those knees in and turn the hips out. And really pull those abs in, don't just swing the legs. So one thing that I have definitely had to work on is talking to myself in a positive way. Whenever I fail at something or I have a setback, our tendency is to be so hard on ourselves. We talk to ourselves in ways we would never talk to another person, let alone someone we love, ourselves. Our relationship with ourselves should be the most important one we have. Okay, this one's kind of a fun one. You get to roll back and you can put your heels down, or you can come into boat. Okay, so come back, and as you go back, feel that, well, we call it a back massage, but come on, it's not really a back massage unless you've had a really crummy back massage. But I find that it feels good to roll back, especially if you have a good comfy mat or a nice thick carpet. But do keep in mind that whenever we've struggled with hard things in our life, it does build resilience if we can be kind to ourselves and compassionate with ourselves through that process. One thing that I would definitely recommend is reach out for help when you need it. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Okay, so we're moving on. Okay, so we're going to turn face down and we're going to go into a plank series. So come down. You can be on the hands or the elbows. Make sure you pull your pants up. Spread those fingers. Extend the legs. Curl your pelvis under. Now, of course, you can be down here. You could be down here in modified plank. Just make sure your butt's not up in the air unless you're resting. So you're going to come up. So you could just hold this plank right now. Lift up out of the shoulder joint. And you're going to bring one knee across to the other elbow and back. Up, over, back. Same side, other side, back. Now I find doing this movement on the elbows more challenging. So you could try that if you would like more of a core challenge. Now remember, you could be holding this plank. You don't have to add that knee in. Really turn that hip. Keep those abs engaged. Make sure you're not arching your back, because then you are really going to feel that low back. Okay, so we're going to move into an extended plank. So you can either walk your hands out or take your elbows out farther. I'm going to walk my hands out. And we're just holding this one. So you can keep walking those hands out. Curl your hips under. Pull your navel in. So remember to celebrate all the little accomplishments, all the little things that you get, that you do. So about a year ago, maybe less, I was struggling with some pretty heavy work burnout, depression, and it was really hard just to get through the day. There was a lot of hopelessness and feeling like I was never going to feel better. And when I did get through the day and managed to do something positive, I tried to celebrate that. Bring yourself down, because that's a big deal. And we might not feel like it in the moment, but staying positive and keep going, even when you're feeling down, that's a big deal. You should celebrate that. So we're gonna go lay face down on the floor, and I'm gonna give you modifications for this. It's called skydiver. So you're gonna lift your arms and legs and come down. You could do one leg at a time. So squeeze the glutes, you're working through the low back. So the best thing that I did to help myself through that difficult time was to reach out for help. I went through more than one therapist, and I'm so glad that I talked to people about therapy, because I knew going into it I might not find the right therapist for me first time out. And my third therapist is wonderful and amazing and just clicked. And I knew right away, I was like, this is the person that I can tell anything to. You really have to try to find that connection. Okay, rest for a second. We have one more exercise in this face down position. Take your feet farther apart, arms forward. You're gonna lift and you're gonna lower. Now, if you need to do one arm and then the other arm, feel free to do that. So try not to look up. Okay, keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Lifting through the back. You can always keep your hands down or even come into a little modified cobra move if that is too much on your low back. But a great therapist that you can connect with will really help you work through those thoughts, through the emotions, help you to get to the root, and help you to gain perspective and clarity on things. All right, bring it back. Okay, bring yourself up. We're almost done, people. Okay, on your side, doesn't matter which. So you can stack the feet, you can stagger the feet, you can keep that bottom knee on the floor. You're gonna lift, okay? So I'm gonna stack my feet. You can take this hand down, lift and lower. Lift and lower. So you can have this knee down, modified, lift and lower. So the best thing that I did was get over my resistance to asking for help, because I always felt like I could do everything myself. I always kept everything in. I had a nice little wall around myself, a little moat, and reaching out for help, honestly, it changed my life. I know it sounds cliche. People say that all the time. It's life-changing. It really has changed my life. So definitely reach out for help, whether it's a friend or a supportive family member or a therapist. Okay, rest for a second. You're gonna come all the way down. Extend this bottom arm. Okay, hand here. You're gonna lift, pressing down to this hand. Keep this ear away from the shoulder, so it's like you're listening to the ceiling. Down, up, down. You can always keep that bottom leg on the floor to modify this. So you should feel it here. You're doing great. Just know that getting through the challenging times, every time I've gotten through something difficult in my life, I feel like I can take on more. Not that I want to, but it builds that confidence that I'm like, I've gotten through harder things than this. I can do this. Self-belief is a big thing. Okay, rest. We're going to the other side. So flip. We're going to go into that side plank. Okay, so now we're in that side plank. Now remember, you have options here, stacking the feet, bottom knee on the floor, come up. I like my hand down and lift and lower. Another thing that can be helpful is helping other people. That's what I love about what I do is I deal with a lot of clients, coaching clients, and they have emotions. And often during the process of changing their lifestyle, losing weight, there's a lot of emotions that come up. And helping people through that process helps me feel like I'm making a difference, a positive difference in other people's lives. And that's important to me. My life's purpose is about helping other people. So maybe finding something where you can help others that are struggling. Come down. Last exercise, how you feel. Come down. Just know that with every challenge, you will grow stronger. And it's okay if you feel like you're struggling. We all do. You're not alone. I promise you, you are not alone. Sometimes it's in the darkest times of our life, it's when we figure out what we don't want in our life. And that can help us to realize what we do want. When we want to make changes, even when that can be scary. It helps you define what is most important to you and what brings you joy. It's so important to realize that you are strong, you have strength. You are not alone. There are people out there that care about you, even strangers. Know that if you ever want to reach out to me, DM me on Instagram. Leave a comment. Know that you're not alone, and with every new challenge, you grow, and something will grow from all the adversity, and it's going to be you. So bring yourself up. You did a great job. I hope you got a good workout. Let me know what has helped you through the darkest times in your life. What helped you to gain that strength to keep going? Moderate intensity cardio is one of the best ways to reduce stress, lower your cholesterol and your blood pressure, and you can do it every day. Check out this easy to follow cardio routine right here.